This tank was sold for 100,000 gold. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard right, 100,000 gold. What is this tank? Well, it's the Waffenträger of E100, aka the Waffen F1.0. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, for those of you who've been living under a rock, the Waffen F1.0, or the Waffenträger of E100, was sold in WOT PC in a recent auction for 100,000 gold. And guess what? It sold out within 20 seconds on the NA server, and I'm pretty sure it sold out pretty damn quickly on the EU and the APAC server. What does that mean? Why am I speaking about this and its relevance to Blitz? Well, g'day. You join me today. This is Economics, mate, by the way. You're joining me in WOT Blitz, not WOT PC. And this is not the Waffenträger of E100. It's the Waffen F1.0. Which is basically the Waffenträger of E100, except it's under a different name for some reason. And for some reason in WOT PC, they decided to call this tank the Phoenix. Even though people know that it's called the Waffenträger of E100. My point I'm trying to make is we are watching Trapmelon, my good friend Trapmelon, playing in his Waffenträger of E100 on Canal. It's good to have Canal back, isn't it? Absolutely awesome to have this map back. So cool. I've missed this map so much. So, why am I talking about this tank? Well, boy oh boy, has this been the controversy of many videos ever since this was released in the game. By the way, he's done 2,000 damage there, by the way. Basically, nearly, taking most of the hit points off that Destiny, which is awesome. Even though it's only saying 1,085 damage, he's done over 2,000 damage already. And he's running the 150mm gun that has 3 shells in the clip, ladies and gentlemen. The clipping potential of this tank with both guns, the 128 and the 150, is capable of doing 1,700 potential damage. That is absolutely insane. Now, again, back to the point of what I was talking about. Why am I referring to this tank? Why am I talking about the 100,000 gold price tag? Well, if you remember correctly, this tank was not sold in Blitz. No. It wasn't sold in an auction, by the way. Oh, by the way, he's over 3,000. He's well over 3,000 damage now. So, just like that, he's well over 3,000 damage. They didn't sell this tank in an auction. No. Where you're guaranteed to get it, even if you have to spend 100,000 gold. No. They sold this thing. They didn't even sell it. They sold it in crates. Okay, they sold it in these sort of safe boxes, or whatever the hell you want, after party safe boxes, whatever you want to call it, that you had to spend money on. You had to actually spend money. You had to spend real money in the hope that you may get this thing, and it had a 3% drop chance. Now, what happens if, oh, by the way, he's up to 5,000 damage. Just like that, he's up to 5,000 damage. Just want to point it out. They sold this tank. They sold this tank in crates with a 3% drop chance with no charms. No charms. Which meant that there were people that were getting this thing for free, like with the free ID card, and then there were some that spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this thing just so they can own it. It's absolutely insane the amount of money people have spent to get this freaking tank. Whereas in WOT PC, they sold, by the way, that's a nice kill there, 6,500 damage. Insane. Absolutely insane. He's just sitting in the same spot. He hasn't moved. He's literally just been in the one spot the whole time and just racked up a crap ton of damage. And that's what you can do in this thing. That's why people want the Waffen F1.0. There's no beating around the bush. This is the Waffenträger of E100. I'm not even going to bother calling it the Waffen F110. They're just trying to rebrand it so it doesn't look like it's from PC when it's exactly the same as the PC one. Like, it's just ridiculous. Look at him go through that 183. 8,200 damage already. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. This thing has a broken gun. I don't care what anyone says. You can sit at the back. Yes, this thing is as big as a house. Yes, its camera rating is absolutely horrendous. It's shithouse, mate. Absolutely crap. But there's no denying the gun on this thing is absolutely insane when it works. 1700 potential clip damage is crazy. And that's not even counting the fact that you may potentially high roll. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. That's not even an ace mastery. 8,220 damage, 1 kill, and that wasn't even an ace mastery. Absolutely insane. Crazy stuff. And that goes to show you just how high the ace bar of this thing is. It's crazy. He basically decimated the entire team on his own. Only 3 other players on his team did over 1,000 damage. There were 3 that did 800. Sorry, there were 2 that did just over 800, and 1 that did, the 183 did 329 damage. That's insane. Bro, what the flip? Oh, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. This thing is insane. There is no... Piss off with your supply drop bullshit. Seriously. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. My point I'm trying to make is, okay, Wargaming have made some really piss-poor decisions in the past. Bringing out the Waffenträger auf E100 in these after-party crates, making us pay for it and putting a 3% drop chance of getting the tank without putting any kind of charms, just encourages people to basically keep purchasing those ID cards. I have no issue with someone spending $10, $15, maybe $25 once every month to buy some crates, chest their luck out. That's fine, right? I wouldn't really consider that as being gambling. But when you're enticing people to purchase these ID cards so they can open all these freaking lockboxes so they can get potentially this, pretty crazy tank that has a legendary status in Wotb PC without a guarantee that you will get it, without any charms, is crazy. As I said, there are people that have spent thousands of dollars just on this after-party event. And guess what? They never got the tank. And then there are people that spent like $4 and they got the tank. It just doesn't make any sense. It's insane. It's crazy to think about. And honestly, it just ruins the game. It ruins the game when Wargaming thinks this is a good business decision to do. I'm going to make a whole video talking about the poor business decisions that Wargaming have made. From a business perspective, I have a bachelor's degree in business and economics. I have a major in management and marketing. I know what I'm talking about when I say that some of these business proposals and these marketing strategies have been absolutely shithouse. I mean, just look at what happened with the reforged test, the Ultra test. Look at how much backlash Wargaming got from it. Yes, I like some of the changes, but for the majority of it, it was not implemented properly. They need to really reconsider their sort of, their tactics, their marketing strategies. They need to reconsider the way they bring products into the game. We, the consumers, are not interested in spending a crap ton of money to potentially get a tank with no guarantee that we'll get it despite spending a shit ton of money. It's crazy to think about it. At least with Wotb PC, yes, I absolutely despise the fact that the Waffenträger auf E100 was brought back into the game with a 100,000 gold price tag. But you know what? I would rather pay that, which equates to about $180 Australian, by the way, right? To get that tank, guaranteed to get it. And by the way, there was only like 3,000 tanks per auction per server. So you'd expect it to basically sell out, and it did pretty quickly, right? As I was saying, I would rather spend the gold. On getting that guaranteed tank than having to spend a shit ton of money, even more than that, $300, $400, $500 just to get the same tank in Blitz, but the potential to get it. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't get it. I don't know. It's crazy to even think about. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed that video. Trapmelon, thanks so much for dropping that in. I mean, I know it wasn't a battle that we usually see from Trap, where he's just absolutely insane and just showcases just how much of a pro player he is and showcases his skills. But I mean, it's the Waffenträger. It's so easy to do a crap ton of damage in that tank. You just sit at the back, make sure no one spots you, and you just dump your freaking rounds and do a shit ton of damage. And that's exactly what he did. He just proved my point about how good this gun is on this tank. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is more just a rant. The fact of the matter is that Wotb PC are doing some things right. They're actually doing some things right. Yes, bringing back a legendary tank for 100,000 gold is insane, But at the same time, you're guaranteed to get it if you're one of the 3,000 people lucky enough to buy it. At least you were guaranteed. Whereas with this one, you weren't guaranteed. And honestly, it just saddens me to see people spend a shit ton of money. It's crazy. It really is just insane for me to see so many people spending a crap ton of money on this after party event, and they still didn't even get the tank. Yes, albeit most of them did get their money's worth in gold and in other tanks and whatnot. Fair enough. I got 50,000 gold just by spending $8. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. But at the end of the day, I didn't get the tank that I really wanted, and that's the reason why. Because you're going to do this after party, you would have done this after party event and thought, crap, I didn't get this tank, I'm going to spend more money, and then it becomes a gambling addiction. That is when I see it as gambling. That's when it actually is gambling. Not when, oh, I spent $20 on a bunch of crates, I didn't get anything, that's all right, next month I'll buy something else. That's not gambling, because you're still getting something out of it. But when you're constantly putting money in to try and get that one reward, even though you're getting a bunch of other rewards, that is when I see it as gambling. So ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my rant. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of my opinions. And as always, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family. Peace in the Middle East, and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now. Love and peace to all.